Dexter Lawrence here because is he really the second best? Like, is he the second best tackle in the NFL? I mean, we always talk about as the best nose tackle. But PFF, again, did their rankings on the defensive tackles now, and they ranked him second. They said Lawrence logged only 550 snaps in 2024 due to some missed time, but he recorded an 89.0 plus PFF overall grade, 89.9, for the third season in a row. His 1.07 PFF WAR over the past 3 years sits only behind Chris Jones at the position. And Chris Jones, by the way, is the guy who they gave number 1 overall to defensive tackle. And listen, if you're going to do a defensive tackle, ranking, those two are 1 and 2, I think, pretty much everybody. But the question is which one goes 1, which one goes 2. And listen, just based on last year, the dominance that Dexter Lawrence was on before that, and don't get me wrong, he's been really dominant the last 2 years prior to that last year as well. But last year, he was a different Dexter Lawrence on an absolute tear. And you know what the main difference I give him between him and Chris Jones? And it's not like me trying to be a homer right now, guys. I've talked to you guys before about, rankings, and I don't automatically put Giants ahead. To be honest, I'm sometimes a little more negative than most Giants fans. I put him above Chris Jones because you know why? 2 reasons. One, Chris Jones plays with a lot of talent on defense. That is a lot of times often the best defense, as a top 5, top 10 defense, I should say, in the NFL there. Not even the best, but it's up there always. And they have a lot of talent around him. And the Giants, you can't really say have been doing that for Dexter Lawrence too much. You got Bobby Okereke, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns last year. But it's not like he's been, tons and tons of really good players around there. I mean, they've had a really good secondary even for Kansas City for years. And they just seem to keep losing people and replace them having no problem. Giants haven't had that for the defense there. Dexter Lawrence has had to be that guy to beat. He's taken double, triple teams left and right. Chris Jones is the focus of the defensive line for Kansas City. I'm not trying to take that away from him. But I think it's a difference of the talent level that the two have that are helping each other out. Then you throw in the difference of the fact that, Chris Jones obviously has Steve Spagnuolo. As Giant fans, we're all very familiar with Spags and what he can do. He was obviously the coordinator for some years for the Giants, twice actually, including actually was interim head coach for the Giants for a little bit as well. And look at what he did with the players he had. That defensive line pass rush that won us Super Bowls, that first one especially, Strahan, OC, Justin Tuck, yeah, great names, don't get me wrong, but great names that thrived with Spagnuolo. Absolutely thrived with Spagnuolo. And instead, you got Dexter Lawrence now fighting it out. Wink Martindale, who's a guy that's blitzes from all weird directions at that point the last couple of years. And, let's be honest, again, hasn't really produced double-digit, sack guys and guys that are dominant defensive linemen and stuff like that, unless they're run-stopping, plug the middle kind of defensive tackles. And now Shane Bowen, who no one really knows what the hell to think of him. And let's be honest, half the Giant fans want him gone after 1 year. So Dexter Lawrence, to me, has just done a whole lot more with a whole lot less. And I give him a lot of credit for that. And for that reason, I do think he is the best defensive tackle in all of football. I can understand and not hate when people say Chris Jones, though. I get it. He's been a very good player, and I'm not trying to take away from him in the process. It's a splitting hairs kind of scenario. And when I'm splitting the hairs, I'm looking at the follicles nearby. And that's the difference there. So to me, it's got to be Dexter Lawrence.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.